afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything animating Propagandacast from your host and Pearl Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here till 1 vs 1 on Langraskaya in the north, in the south, I guess. It's Pineapple, the fruit dude. Fighting here for the Red Army, Socialism, Comrade Stalin, and the 25th Mechanized Corps in the north. This is NosMarkov, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the, let's just go with 10th Panzer Division. We got Mechanized Assault Jaeger Infantry and Lightning Wall with Infantry, Panzerfaust and Panther Bulletins versus Counterattack, Tank Hunter Tactics and NKVD Rifle Disruption Tactics with Infantry and Double Mine Bulletins here for Pineapple. And he's hastily laying down barbed wire here around the western munitions point, constantly westwards as well. In the north, NosMarkov moving centre or east and south there. The MU-42 spearheading the effort, need to be careful not to get too aggressive with it either, but usually want to use MU-42 actively as the Wehrmacht, put your opponent under pressure with it and all that. Moving towards the centre of the MU-42, going to move the eastern munitions. Almost got the eastern point here. Trying the centre there, very good, very good. Second Grenadier squad almost done there for NosMarkov. Sandbags up here. In the western, using about basically laying down barbed wire. Eastern side, we got pushed here for the eastern fuel point. Grenadiers valiantly, well, casually advancing there in the eastern munitions. Third conscript all the way there for Pineapple, trying the center with the MD-42. Western point being grabbed, and then yes, far western point being grabbed by conscripts. And we got conscript up the eastern side here for Pineapple. Eastern fuel point being steadily secured. So far, we are almost 2 minutes into the game. There's not really been any shots fired as of yet. Now the players really going at each other. There we go. The silence is burst there. One Grenadier shoots a single shot, which misses. Several shots more missed. Grenadiers falling back towards the building there to hold up against the Soviets. MD-42 then in the center. Of course, need to be wary of any flanks for here. The Grenadiers moving up to secure that. Goes to conscripts here, trying not to push them away. Eastern fuel secured. And there you go. Conscripts caught laying down sandbags by the MD-42 and rapidly routed. Pineapple's men saw no chance there to actually finish the sandbags. Engineers versus Grenadiers on the left flank there. More conscripts away there for Pineapple. No son of Doctrine yet. Grab the eastern point there. Pineapple moving east as well. Conscripts down on the watch. Looking for an opportunity. There you go. NosMarkov aggressively moves up the MU-42 behind Pineapple's left flank to occupy the building. Holy smokes. An inspired move here, and there going to use wiped as well as Pineapple finds himself flummoxed here by NosMarkov's aggressive maneuvers. And now his counter there, of course, have to retreat right past an MD-42, firing at point blank. Yikes. In the far east here, we got Pioneers and Grenadiers front with the conscript there being overwhelmed as well here. A rough start for Pineapple, the fruit dude. As he finds out that NosMarkov is not big on fruit. Grenadiers moving east was there, grabbing the point there as well. Pioneers took care of, about to get wiped out. Still, losing the early engineer squad is going to be quite a setback there for Pineapple, since they basically mean he's going to have to replace them before he can actually tech up. So that means any sort of tech plan he has is going to be delayed by at least some part there. NosMarkov going for a full Grenadier build. Bit bold there as well. Molotov is almost under for Pineapple. It's going to be great versus machine guns and dug-in Grenadiers. We'll of course also need the field infirmary up there to provide healing at some point. It's getting Molotoved. Continue to send again the car form there. Good maneuvering there, but Pineapple is trying to outmaneuver. NosMarkov trying to avoid getting bogged down in ceaseless entrenched fighting here. I think that's a good move there by Pineapple. Though you can see the NosMarkov using the western fuel and the munitions. MU-42 again actively moving about. They're not just being stuck in one point and sort of forgotten. Good work there by NosMarkov. Thumbs up to that. Grenadiers are around the counter with the MU-42 in flank. There you go. Kick the Molotov and push. Wait, no, it pops into the building. I mean, that's going to work as well, I think. Certainly removes any chance that the Molotov does not go off in time to constantly be annihilated. At the same time, they're all low in health versus the MU-42, so it could be a bit hard to determine here, of course, with the conscript flanking up. That should be routed then. Still, NosMarkov in a good lead here versus Pineapple. Again, his aggressive tactics and just good maneuvering there has really left Pineapple in a bad spot, and that's generally how you want to play the Wehrmacht. You want to play them aggressively, actively. While they're sort of billed as this sort of defensive late-game faction by Relic, at least repeatedly throughout history, that's not really how you want to be playing them, unfortunately. Like, you have to play them aggressively as this aggressive faction. Or in other words, completely opposite of how Relic tells you to. But as they're routed by the conscripts. Big push there by Pineapple on the west side here. NosMarkov holding up nicely. We got a medic bunker up there. No tech yet for NosMarkov. This could be sort of a possible dangerous area here for NosMarkov if he doesn't take out fast enough. could end up losing a bit of momentum. Our troops in reinforcing. The West Pacific being routed by a big push here by Pineapple's Frontovics. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Medic banker almost done there for NosMarkov. And the German army. There you go, tech as well, plus flank efforts for the Pioneers. Seizing the western points here, making up for the gaps made here by NosMarkov's rapid and aggressive pushes here. No sign of doctrine yet. Oh, there we go. Pineapple is the first one with tank hunter tactics. Conscript P2S packages, the PMD-6M light anti-vehicle mines, ambush tactics, howitzers, and the IL-2 P-TAP anti-tank bombing run. Bit of a rarer doctrine here. Does he use it for some players? Effectively used, it can be quite unpleasant though for the opponent to deal with. Anti-tank conscripts in the ambush position can actually do a lot of damage within a tank grenade assault. Can actually almost take out some tanks very fast with it. So it's a, so to say, high skill doctrine of such. It'll also be on the meme side, but it can be effectively used by a good player. So it should not be taken lightly. But at the same time, should not be used lightly either. Conscript versus Pioneers up close. Pioneers quickly focused down. Got Molotov throw there by Pineapple. Need to retreat the Conscript soon now before they get wiped out. But it's skirmishing here. Canadians taking up aggressive position here versus Pineapple. Flare mines going off here, causing casualties amongst NosMarkov's Pioneers. Molotov there again. Canadians there. Getting a bit of a tan if they're not careful. More Germany from the north here. West side is, or east side is actually wide open. Could be pushed up there, I think, by Pineapple. Just got the support company up. Can't quite take a hit, so it's probably going to go for some maximums. Maybe a mortar and a field gun. NosMarkov could take up. We get like to make a nice company up and push for some fast light vehicles. So I'm going to flame for a half tech right now. Could be a bit of a pain there for Pineapple. Or a bunch of 2-2s really. Even an unupgraded half tech could be quite effective then, sort of giving NosMarkov more momentum versus Pineapple. Grenadiers are down just 2 men. Close being wiped out here. MD-42, those sets up there. Grenadiers, though, did go down. Bit of blow there to NosMarkov and the German army, but we got the Panzer Grenadiers out. Grenadiers managed to block the path of the conscripts with Oorang trying to run past them, but, well, Relic's pathing is a bit wonky at times, to put it mildly. Oh, with bad news there for Pineapple. In these conscripts moving up on the right flank, could probably hit the fuel point there, try and bait out troops. Still, NosMarkov is unrelenting in his pressure and attacks on the western flank here. Pineapple's going to have to do some hard work to dislodge NosMarkov here from the west side and actually sort of catch ahead. The only thing that is going for him for at the moment is I think NosMarkov isn't pushing for light vehicles aggressively against him. Also, he got that Grenadier wipe, though, of course. The Panzer Grenadiers should more than make up for that loss. Continuing forcing, part of NosWing East, and second doctrine chosen. Lightning War Doctrine with Jaeger Light Infantry upgrades, Tactical Movement, Relief Infantry, Tiger Panzerkampfwagen 6, and the Stuka Close Air Support. Constantly moving up, and there you go. In this case, what Palmer is doing is, rather than just keep attacking into NosMarkov and his increasingly prepared position in the west, he basically hits hard east, realizing if our opponent is hard in the west, he's going to have absolutely nothing in the east, and so swings around the map. The entire thing then leaves all of a sudden NosMarkov a bit flat-footed. At the same time, he can still try to sneak up on the left flank and sort of that way harass NosMarkov as he then tries to react to this. So overall, slightly more tricky tactical maneuver in some ways, the way for adding in this element, but overall, it's a good move overall tactically just to broadly swing your axis of attack and try to outmaneuver your opponent that way. So, good work there with Pineapple. Not a lot of players would have made this read on the battlefield and we just kept attacking in there and suddenly just bleed themselves out. So, good play there with Pineapple. 2 thumbs up. Sandbags here with Eastern Fuel Point. Western one being harassed, but there you go, trying to play up behind him before the conscripts. Catching it off guard there. Really good stuff there by Pineapple. Really good stuff. Conscript being pushed back by the flamethrower Pioneer. There you go, before 2 about to get wiped out. Ooh, could have popped them also. I think actually got the wipe there, but still pushed them before 2 away. Opened up most of the western side. So even now, if the eastern assault doesn't quite pay off, again, you can just swing back hard west again, leave NosMarkov perhaps once more flat-footed. Man goes off there, kills some poor bastard. Got the eastern fuel, but probably not for long if we're going to see the cop one there being hit. Probably flow. There you go, Temp 10 come out, connecting our rush up for T-70. And it's worth noting that as NosMarkov has yet to build the like to make a nice company, he may have to go for Panzer 6 and the Panzer Grenadiers. He's also going for a 4th Grenadier squad. But the T-70 should give Pineapple a bigger chance of swinging hard back here against NosMarkov. Conscript holding up the eastern one, but of course he also needs to get western one out of NosMarkov's hand. Grenadiers, Panzer's moving forwards here. Conscript's quickly occupying the building for a more formidable position. Tank chain command almost done. A lot of maneuvering here going for the Pioneers there. And there you go. Max machine gun there, ready for Pineapple the Fruit Dude and the 25th Mechanized Corps Consul Rider from the east. Finally, we got 534. Grab the Western Nations, wing for the Western Fuel Point as well. Of course, need to grab that Western Victory Point as well if possible soon. And T7, of course, immediately available here for Pineapple the Fruit Dude. Back here, NosMarkov is aggressively going for the next tier. He's going to rush out for medium armor, basically again relying on a very heavy tier 1 with 4 Grenadiers. Panther with an MG42 to that, which just breaches way forward and again aggressive tactics. Thumbs up there. It's a some ways less in Wehrmacht strategy and tactic, but you know, so also one that requires a bit of better handling. It requires you to be really aggressive and understanding how to play aggressive with the Wehrmacht. But if you can do it, you definitely have a good chance of doing it. And certainly, again, the way he's been handling his MG42 has been very critical to pulling this strategy off. Maximum setting out there, moving westwards with engineers. A few mines here, and I think could be a very good investment for Pineapple to slow down any attacks. There we go. T-Sim light tank out. That's definitely going to give NosMarkov there a bit of a hairy time. Of course, he can also soon begin building the support core. In fact, he could rush out Ostwind. Leave more like just go for a Panther 4 here. Gonna get caught by the Maxim. Push up the west side here, but Consequence Grenadiers up close. And Molotov here could give them a shot. There's Grenadiers with a light machine gun. And Molotov in the right place. Here would be a great time now. Choosing the eastern side. Grenadiers routed. It is worth noting he's gone for Lightning War, but he's not upgrading the Grenadiers with G4 Fuse. It's the Panzer Grenadier. Molotov off here, almost burning up the Grenadiers. Down to one man. Panthers are routed. Moving up the center with the Maxim. Seizing the western point there as well. But there you go. Charging ahead here. Worth noting that NosMarkov, though, in all of his eagerness to attack and all that, has actually failed to exploit these great swaths of territory he's held to actually lay down tiller mines, giving Pineapple's T-Center more time to push back. Though, obviously, with the support core going on here for NosMarkov, if you actually go for a Panther 4 now, it's probably not going to matter too much. He will probably have to consider some anti-tank rifles on the conscripts and bring up a field gun, to be honest. He could also go for the H-6M. Bit of an overlooked piece of weaponry there in the Soviet arsenal, but well handled, it can also be quite effective. But we'll see that what Pineapple does in the face of his formidable opponent, NosMarkov. Grenadiers versus conscripts here. Pineapple's at full strength again. He's sending eastwards. Catching the Grenadiers there with some heavy fire. Jürgen drops there. Panzerkampfwagen on the way there for NosMarkov. And the 10th Panzer Division. Eastern fuel point opening again there to Pineapple. Meanwhile, though, he is quite exposed there to the T-70 until the Panther arrives. Field gun on the way there. Pineapple obviously knows there's something coming his way. And it's not the ice cream van. There we go. Sis 3 divisional field gun up. Grenadiers on the western side. Quick hit by a conscript squad there. Good hits to the machine gun. Got the Eastern Victory Point there. We got 485 to 278. Grenadiers on the west side here. Slow advance here for the Panzer Grenadier. T-7 on the nearby to thwart such a maneuver. Sandbags up there as well. Thorough sandbagging by Pineapple. Panzerkampfwagen here almost on there for NosMarkov. Back here, troops reinforcing. Field gun good to go. Need to get the hold up to the front line there. Schnell. As now the Panzerkampfwagen 4 hits the front. Panzer an die Spitze. Consequence the Grenadiers here on the west side. Mines up here. I think a bit too cheeky there by Pineapple, but otherwise I like the idea. Back to hit the eastern fuel point again. Season ranging westwards. Yeah. He was lucky that mine wasn't actually just finished there since. Oh, there you go. Ambush with the anti-tank grenades. There you go. Panther 4 down to half health. We're exposed to the anti-tank rifles. As you can see, the Panther 4 takes significant damage, and in a matter of moments, NosMarkov's lead has vanished in a cloud of fumes and burning oil. And this is why some people don't like tank hunter tactics, because it means any shrubbery is suddenly a anti-tank nest. So yeah, this is why some players like this, because again, camouflage conscripts with this ability are very nasty and punishes a player for rushing in his tank like that unprepared. And the thing is, you usually don't know, because players like these will, you know, not show their hand until the very right moment. So beautiful ambush there by Pineapple. Really bad news for NosMarkov, who is now in a bit of a bad position. He's going for another Panzer Grenadier squad, probably with more G43s. We got the mechanized armor company. Of course, Pineapple looking to, you know, further build on this advantage just gained from just utterly annihilating the Panther 4 before NosMarkov realized what's going on. Hey Jürgen, ja, does the right bushes normally speak Russian? Nein? Oh, we might be in trouble then. Ah, god damn it. Max, and there's the MU-42 grenades in the center. Of course, it's going to be less likely to be able to pull it off again, though in some cases you can pull it off again if your opponent really does not learn their lesson. So yeah, NosMarkov hitting back hard here with the backbone of the German army, and he's even going for a Panzerschreck here, certainly indicating a slight worry here about what might follow next. Also realized, of course, he's got no packs, so rather than just try and backtake and spend resources on that, of course he wants more Panzers out, so instead he's relying on Panzerschrecks now. Interesting strategic shift there by NosMarkov. Interesting strategic shift there. Not a bad one, though. Definitely not your sort of say average Valorant as a serve matches. Both players, of course, are clearly quite good and experienced. And also clearly just not playing the usual stuff entirely either. I mean, there's certainly some the usual components, but how they're using these components of sales is the difference. Maxwell comes on the eastern side here. Troops reinforcing, getting ready. T-70 there, also good to go. Halfway 22. Engineers being shot to bits with grenadiers. Panzerjägers, of course, while great versus the enemy armor, is less amazing versus the infantry. Grenadiers holding up position by the Panzer Wreckage, with the light machine guns forming up a strong point, which is going to be a bit harder here for Pineap's infantry to push through, though of course the T-70 helps, except for the Panzerschrecks. He actually is about to lose that T-70 now, I think, unless he gets really lucky. We got relief infantry! Wow, that's a rather overlooked ability, to be honest. And he might actually be close to getting some Ostrom out of already. Yikes. Or maybe not, hard to say here. But it certainly is a way of sort of just ensuring, like, even if he suffers some catching, quickly get out some more infantry in the form of the Ostrom. Rare sight there, rare sight. Sadly, though, as opposed for him, he's not getting anything out of it. He's actually retreating all of his troops there, a bit worried about getting them wiped, I guess. Rather than just trying to get some value out of the relief infantry. Otherwise, he's just kind of tossed out 90 minutes. So it kind of is something that needs to be, like, careful about how you time. Otherwise, again, he just kind of dumped out 90 munitions, even without getting a single Ostrom scored. So in fact, in some cases, he might have been a bit too quick to retreat, perhaps. Pioneers enough from the T-70. Almost a kill there. But no. Once more, no dice. Pushing 40 under cover of it. And just about to wear off there. Bit unfortunate. I mean, I suppose it does mean, like, in the case he was worried about it, you know, might have been just, you know, a safety net there, but he didn't get a single Ostrom squad out of it, so bit of a shame, I suppose. Allied troops have been forcing healing. Panzer ready, fighting for the eastern fuel there. Not happening. He's backing off, in fact. Meanwhile, Panov can now go for the T-34-6, though he may arguably be up for HUD-5. And there you go, machine now being flanked here. Almost wiped out, in fact. Panzerjägers trying to fight through the hedges, but find themselves rather impenetrable to their rockets. Comes they're taking us up for the Panzer IV. Panzerschrecks flying there. T-70 continues to shoot for the hedgerows, trying to snipe them out. Conscript almost taken out here by the Panzer IV on the east side here, but Conscript standing about. And I imagine NosMarkov is going to be a lot more cautious around any bushes from now on in this match. Of course he may not. I've actually seen players repeatedly during a match just proceed to run straight into it. Great hit from the Panzer on the field, from the field gun on the Panzer IV there. Engineers being routed here on the west side. Flares going off, killing off some unfortunate bastard. Far east here, constantly being ordered by a grenadier push there. NosMarkov launching as many assaults he can there. Worth noting, he's operating with 6 infantry squads, so he's rather operating a bit beyond the recommended maximum, in my opinion, which is 5. But you can go for 6 if you've got the skills, and so far it seems like NosMarkov does indeed have the skills. But for the average player, it's not necessarily something ranked, particularly not for an inexperienced player. Rifling off from the conscripts, doing heavy damage there. Pioneers being eastwards. T-34-6 out. Panther 4 there, falling back. Anti-tank rifles opening up there, quickly pushing it down to half health. In fact, less than half health now. Field gun, that's a great hit. A main gun out, close one there for NosMarkov. He's definitely needs to get the fuel control, supply under his control a bit better. Otherwise, risk, you know, really falling behind there. Though he's also doing his best to keep the fuel out of his opponent's hands, so that's good. The right here, bit of a mistake. They're going to do to risk losing them, and there good T-34-6 charging ahead on the western side. What about this going to do if you realise what's going on there? Oh, bit of a mistake. He's ordered them not to fight infantry. So actually missed some tunes, I think, to do some more damage to the grenadiers. Bit of an oversight there by Pineapple. Bit of an oversight. Lucky though for NosMarkov. You can actually say lost some grenadiers there, but fortunately for him, Pineapple there wasn't paying attention. So lucky for NosMarkov. Grand Western victory point. Back here, repairs going on. Troops setting out once more for the German army. Most constables now being upgraded to the Sandman numbers there. T-7 being fixed up as well, very close to the ace level. 409 versus 210. Then it is being shot at by the T-406. Jurgen drops spectacularly dead. Pan-6 moving up to quickly block the retreat here. Or the retreat pursuit there. There we go. Good work there. Panther almost good to go again. Pushing up the eastern side with infantry. Good work there. West side moving up. Let's grab the western fuel again. Big push up though by NosMarkov. Triple grenadier squads, all the light machine guns. Going to move up, then hit the victory point, maybe the fuel point again. Also, NosMarkov bringing up an artillery piece there, the mortar, to put more pressure on his opponent's support weapons and whatnot. Very good work there. Panzers there engaging their conscripts, tearing into them. T-7 moving up. Down to your 6 men. More tank back, MD-42 moving up. Western side, they're going to use an heavy fire. Their kits have been forced, need to get the Panther 4 going again. Mortar fire then the T-70. Panzers moving up. Maxim being suppressed. There's the conscript. Grenade off on the Maxim. Panther 4 setting up. Bit of heavy pushing here. Bit of heavy pushing. Mortar firing down. Panzers down to just half size. Need to retreat down to 1 man in fact. And these Shan fought backed up by the Panther 4 here. Fieldgun setting up. Will it be in time there? Go directly to the Panther 4. Anti-tank conscripts to get up there as well. Got a new round going on. T-5 flanking. There go. He's ramming it. He's ramming it. Oh! NosMarkov once more extended and got punished here by Pineapple once more. Does he? Oh, he does, yeah. Now, Pineapple just needs to fix up this T-Fed force from 6. But that's 2 Panther 4s he's taken out. And NosMarkov didn't destroy a single one of Pineapple's tanks. On the other hand, he still has the victory point. And again, his aggressive infantry faction, just his sheer numbers, which he's using quite effectively here without a lot really resorting to blobbing, which is good. It's really making it harder here for Pineapple to effectively defend there against NosMarkov. I mean, 2 thumbs up there. At the same time, his armor tactics need some work. Otherwise, I imagine Guderian might work some things out with him and his fists. Panther 4, they're done. Gunners as it comes to the east.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Mortar firing down. Unit's being hauled up to fix up that T-34-6 with its chest busted and his main gun knocked out. And the T-70 is also in dire need repairs. Most from the Panzer Grenadier. Down just 2 men, in fact down to 1 man. Constantly could also think top of Malta then Grenadiers there, almost taken out as well. Anti-tank comes in the building, but that one is looking like it might soon collapse here under sustained fire from the Germans. And the 10th Panzer Division here. Another Panther fighter from NosMarkov. He definitely needs to keep them like properly supported with infantry this time around. Another T-Fighter fighter for Pineapple. And at some point he may also want to consider just a fuel cache, because Pineapple's fuel harassment is down to get much more effective as NosMarkov. Guns being slowly burned up with the Pioneers and the Grenadiers. T-Fed forces moving in. Panther in the center, engaging the T-Fed 4. There you go. Direct hit. Could Panther fast it? Could this be the first tank he actually knocks out? Other T-Fed 4 though is well, still on the way. And there you go. He tries to ram it again, even with the damaged engine. Ah, Pineapple there was a true optimist, but in this case, his optimism didn't quite pan out. And this may just be NosMarkov's first Panzer kill here. And the tank comes moving up there. Oh, he's going to try and turn the tables on NosMarkov again. Does NosMarkov lose a Panther 4 for the 3rd time? No, he doesn't. Panzer's arriving, and this time it's Pineapple's time to have his tank burst open. Like overripe pears left out in the heat. T-Fed 46 moving out. Panther 4 falling back. In the east point, they're being secured. T-7 engaging in the mortar. Oh, NosMarkov left his mortar out in the open. Could be a tragic mistake here. Gunners flanking the T-70 there. 10 kills, 11 kills. T-Fed moving up left flank here. Routing NosMarkov's west flank. Needs to get those victory points back fast. Quickly. Consequently, the sustained infantry assault here from NosMarkov that we've got. Flare goes off, doing some damage with no kills. Back here, has been forcing healing. Needs to get them moving quickly. Comrades, quickly. 100 points left here for Pineapple against NosMarkov's 395. Pineapple needs to hit those points rapidly. ASAP. Yesterday, in fact. Takes up his Panzer IV. Pineapple's infantry finally moves. He's also got a lot of manpower floating. Maybe I just want to consider laying down some fuel cache to prime himself with more tanks. Since, like, if he can just begin like churning out T-34s and 6s, like he's right next to like the great Magnitogorsk tank works. I don't actually know if Magnitogorsk had the tank works, but you could. No, maybe. Oh, well, you get the idea. He was right next to the tank factory. He's churning them out there, right at the front line. You know, he could really give NosMarkov a hard time. That's really usually tend to be one of like the Soviet late game win conditions. Just you begin churning out so many T-34s and 6s because you've got the resource, and your opponent simply cannot respond to the sheer numbers. So in this regard, Pineapple, who's just floating a lot of manpower, may just want to consider building fuel caches and then start churning out those T-34s. Most important, being secured, Grenades holding up. Punch hitting heavy damage to the T-34s from 6 around the centre victory point. Opening out on the MD-34. Conch squad about to get wiped out. $66 points left here versus his opponent there with 390. He's in a tight spot there. And again, I feel like part of it's just he's not using his resources efficient. Like, and he's floating so much manpower in an otherwise pressured situation. Like, he's going to just be, you know, setting up for more tanks or going for mortars, set up support weapons that way. Gonna need squads on down here though. NosMarkov needs to be careful there. 4-6. In fact, a lot of his infantry is taking some brutal beatings across the front line, and he is losing ground here to Pineapple's attacks. Again, Pineapple could, I feel like, sustaining much more aggressive and effective attacks if he just used his more effective. Maximum crew there wiped out. Great on the Panther IV there. In the centre, Maximum cleared out. Grenades versus conscripts. Panzer Gunner is holding up inside the building. Facade crumbles after high close shell just knocks out half the wall there. T-70 charging in, killing Ludwig. Another T-34 knife for Pineapple. Still got plenty of manpower. Maximum grab tip on NosMarkov in the centre. Troops are reinforcing healing. Needs to get moving fast though. Meanwhile, we got here NosMarkov's mortar hard at work there against the Bolsheviks. Panzer is going here for the T-70. T-34 support though. Panzer, in fact, Panzer Eagles need to be careful there. Field control bombard the Grenadiers there, I guess. Troops setting out once more here. T-34 from 6 number 2 almost done. Panther 4 halfway there. Could soon go for another Panther 4 here and the German army. Comes from the western side, or the centre there actually. And there you go, second T-34 ready. Pineapple's back in numbers now versus NosMarkov. And NosMarkov is actually taking some sustained manpower loss. He needs to be careful about the way he's sort of currently fighting the fight, as again it allows Pineapple a better chance just as making a comeback there. If NosMarkov bleeds himself out and thusly can't bring out more armour. This is again effectively one of the slightly more dangerous sides, again also going for that much infantry. You do at some point risk, you know, significant manpower bleed and then fight every engagement head on with it. Molten the Grenadiers. Moving for the western point there, looking to outmaneuver his opponent, very good. Needs to grab that eastern victory point though, Pineapple. Grenadiers, Panzer moving up the left flank here, looking to outmaneuver Pineapple's left flank, very good, much better there. Panzer moving up through the centre, that is less good. They're taking too much sustained fire here from all of Pineapple's sources of fire there, but there you go, the flank continues here, going for the field gun, or maybe, nope. And we got air support calling further disrupt here, Pineapple's right flank in his defence there on the field. Panzer they're dealing with the Conch, got close force and retreat, very good. Back here, troops setting out once more. A swift advance there from Pineapple. T-34 escapes, so he's trying to escape here as the Luftwaffe swoops down time and time again. We got 351 to 66. Pineapple needs to get those victory points rapidly. He's down just 65 now, and he's going to grab all 3 of them. And he's still floating manpower. Oh, there we go. He's going for more Conch. No, cancels it. Going for another Maxim. I guess that works too. T-34 from 6 and T-7 being fixed. We got 61 versus 351. Mortar firing away there. Panther being fixed up. Back here, troops reinforcing healing. And the west side, we got a maximum up there under German command. 51 versus 351. Almost got us in time, but force they're good to go. Need to fix up the second T-34 from 6 and may want to get the rest moving. Otherwise, we're trying to launch a significant armoured flank through here and hit behind NosMarkov's front line, maybe trying to defeat him that way. Conquerors being held up on the max and the Panzer is here. Need to go up in the centre, the eastern one. There we go, grabbing that one at least. 36 versus 351, starting to look pretty tight here for Pineapple, gonna need teasing it back up with the T-34 again here. The Panzer gonna need out in the open. Season Eastern Pointy, Conscripts in the center. Second T-34 from 6 almost good to go for Pineapple. He can also go for the third one. Panther 4 charging out here, getting hit by anti-tank grenades possibly. Nope. Avoids, in fact, it shuts up there. Go west side. Armored breach here. Could try and swing around up behind here. NosMarkov's center. There you go. To the front on the max, and they're going to use in the center. Eastern point being cleared out. No, he does not swing behind and go straight in front here. A bit more risk in some ways, though of course that also has its risks, but has also, I think, more rewards. Maxim machine gun there being hammered, forcing away them from the center. We got 351 to 22. Got the western point here. T-34 coming in. Engineer support there, clearing out, I think. It's Eastern Force. There you go, trying to go for the Panther 4. He might try and ram it, and then calling an anti-tank bombing run, I guess. T-70, T-56 will try and flank up behind here. Clear out the positions on the eastern fields. Grenadiers being heavily damaged. Now the T-476 almost done. I feel like he's slowing down too much here. I feel like he needs to just keep pushing hard and try and clear off NosMarkov from the field entirely and get as many kills as he can. But he's slowing down here. Perhaps where he can sustain such aggressive action. Although he almost got all 3 victory points in control. He's got 17 versus 351. NosMarkov main factory setting up for Tiger Tank next. Bit risky in some ways, but I suppose you can also understand the logic behind it. Nope, we got a Sturmgeschütz. Realizing that he's soon getting outnumbered here by sheer numbers, he realizes the Sturmgeschütz is the one true savior that can lead him out of this valley of socialist woes. Fix up the T-34 from 6 field gun holding up the center close to Exony 3. Troop ceiling reinforcing. Panzerkampfwagen 4 being fixed up. He needs to be careful about just charging head on into the partner. He needs to launch more flanks. He needs to try and outmaneuver his opponent more. 333 versus 17. Mortifying way there, close to Exony 3. Mortifying the anti-tank conscripts. Red hit there on the machine gun crew. In fact, almost taking out the entire Maxim there. In fact, could see a white one total destruction there. There we go. Gone. Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausführung Gefechtsbereit here for NosMarkov and the 10th Panzerdivision. Panzer forming on the right flank here. Thankfully, nothing hiding his rub. He rams the Panther 4 almost immediately. He's going to call in the anti-tank bombing run. He's going to call in the anti-tank bombing run. There you go. Other T-4 moving up, trying to get him out. Got the Panzerjägers near Bansard building. Oh, he's moving straight into it. He took the bait. Oh, he almost... he got his own tank stuck in this. Well, building collapses. Panzerjägers dead. T-4 moving up. T-70 flanking the Stug. Almost got the Panther 4 there. Oh, scheiße. Stug, they're moving in. If you care for the Stug. Oh, yeah, he's getting too close. They need to go covered up with flank here. T-70, T-4 flanking in. Oh, yeah. Bad pathing here, I think. Stug taking too much damage. Need to build up distance here. Comfortable take out the Panther 4. There you go. The Veggie 2 Panther 4's down. Stug almost gone as well. Air support summoned in. A brutal and punishing battle here for the Eastern Farm. And there's one I think Parnell got a head out of. He took out the Panther 4, though he did cost him 2 T-34s. He also took out the Panzerjägers, so I think that's actually pretty decent there. So moving for the center victory point there. We got 17 versus 275. Decently quickly moving up. The ace level, 18 kills. Moving in to block the point being seized. But there you go. Stug opening up. The Sturmgeschütz 3. Doing its part for the fatherland. Field gun moving up to push back the Stug there. Eastern point being claimed machine gun up here on the machine gun there. But field gun, there we go. Getting bombarded, hit by the machine gun in return. Need to retreat the MG-42. Oh, Scheiße is about to lose his ace machine gun. Scheiße. Gonna need to start flanking up. Punched up, though. Bit of a block there. Needs to be careful. There you go. T-56 going to charge through. There you go. Forcing retreat from NosMarkov. Seems like his action's starting to get a bit frayed out. He's struggling to now maintain all this infantry this far into the game. His plans with there being reinforced here. He's about left flank. There's a Maxim coming there, so going to require deep flank or some mortar support with a smoke screen. Mortar there also need a reinforcement. Once whiff there from a Soviet tank, and that mortar crew is going to be toast. Meaning he's also loses that Veteran 3, which is only going to hurt him. T4 on the way there. Stug Panzer's Parnese moving westwards. Tier 4 on the way, so now it's going to go for the Tiger tank. Looks like NosMarkov decided no longer to play around. He needs some possibly more serious measures. He's halting up for flanks here. Good. He's also no longer just charging straight down the line here into Soviet gun alley. I think that's a much better idea there. NosMarkov seems to have been waking up from whatever stupor was in there. Panzer trying to flank in. Everybody running into the shit run from the T-70. Shed is not going to last long. T-Phillips is moving up as well there. Mortar moving up. Need to be careful though, but a smoke grenade here would be a great choice. Bun grenade. Oh, need to retreat the punch. He's about to lose his pants grenadiers. Oh, scheiße. Stuke, there's supporting there. Go. Alma takes out the T-70. Maxim crew down. Continue the eastern flank here. Sengol, he's setting up for it. He's trying to make to draw enough attention to the west flank with this attack. There you go. T-70 down. Stu gaining Vetsy 2 shirts and added. Recruiting the Maxim. Grenades moving up. Stu charging in though. Without a pintle machine, it's a bit more risky there. Almost got the Maxim there. T-56 looking to move up flank here. Stu avoids it narrowly. Maxim down. Tiger tank almost right. And there you go. Now as everything's moving to the west, then NosMarkov strikes here in the east. Nice setup there. Could actually try and pop another relief infantry to maybe just absorb some of the cash that's likely going to happen from this and just get Ostrom in. He's also getting very close to the Tiger tank. He's got the fuel. He just needs some manpower. And he's got to get wiped out again. Nice pincer here by NosMarkov, though I would say one pincer was clearly much stronger than the other. In this case, is routing the west side, but still. He was able to cause, I think, a sufficient disruption in KSE to Parnov. There go. Grenades hitting mines as well. The T-54 and 6 charges in. Tiger tank is close, but now he's also reinforcing our troops further, delaying the Tiger. Parnov can soon go for another T-54 and 6. Grenadiers wiped. And he's still reinforcing stuff, so he's still going to be delaying that Tiger tank, making his position a bit more awkward. Destroying the infantry company, trying to deny him any source of future grenadiers. In fact, he's down to just 2 grenadiers now. He's actually building the heavy panzer corps. He's not going for the Tiger tank. Perhaps realizing that trying to solve for a Tiger tank is just going to be too much manpower. Cannot afford to set aside. So me, in fact, we're just setting up for a Panther now. A rare sight there. But like we said, of course, Panther. And honestly, may just go for more Stooks rather than just go for a Panther. But that's just my opinion. Losing the western victory point against Stook, getting the T-54 and 6. Third one on the way there for Pineapple. Looks like Pineapple is on his way to winning this one. He staged a hell of a comeback here versus NosMarkov. We got, I think, a bit too complacent, a bit too overconfident here versus Pineapple. And Pineapple, like any good scrappy fighter, saw through it and punched his way to what might just be victory. But still, it's going to be a tight one. He's still down to 17 points. Sufficiently well-executed attack here from NosMarkov with sufficient momentum and aggression could still win the game. It would be costly. And oh, he's not finished it. What are you doing? NosMarkov, you haven't finished it. Scheiße. It still needs a bit more. It's back to the Tiger tank then, in which case you'd actually just cancel it for the extra manpower you spend on it. Hard to say what NosMarkov is planning at the moment. Machine gun there being hammered by artillery field fire there from the 6th Divisional Gun. Ace level by the way, 10 kills, 9 of them infantry. Still no machine on the Stug. Machine gun the rest of the country on the west side. Hard to say what NosMarkov is planning. T-54 on the fire from the Sturmgeschütz. Of course, we need to be careful about this flanks. Field gun setting up. They almost got the T-54 there. Direct hit there. T-54 down, but Stug is almost done as well. Ooh, close one there. Got the center victory point. Almost got the eastern one. Could this be it? Could he just gain himself sufficient ground here against Pineapple to win this? Don't know, but Pineapple's certainly not about to let this happen. Charging 40s. Looks into block here. Eastern one's almost claimed here though by NosMarkov, and there we go. 16 points left. Looks like he's going for the Tiger tank after all. The heavy panzer corps was just a ruse, in which case you just cancel it and go for the Tiger tank now. Stu being hauled back for repairs. One being fixed up, Stu's being forced down to 12 points. He can't really afford to sit back and just, grab stuff. He needs to, and then grab stuff. He's down to 10. Oh, what are you doing, Pineapple? What are you doing? Quickly, comrade. Tiger tank out there for NosMarkov. Stugan dying into repairs. Pineapple rushing for the eastern one. Hoorah, his men shout as they charge ahead there. Realising that they might have made a bit of a mistake there by just being a bit too comfortable about the situation. T-54, they're good to go. Need to fix up the other one. He's done just one Engineer Squad, which slows down his repairs as well. Then with the one Pioneer Squad, NosMarkov's repairs are going to be notably slower as well. But there you go. Got the eastern one. Countdown slows down. Just 3 points though. 3 points left as 133 there from NosMarkov. T-34 engaging the Tiger tank. Shotgun through the sidearm. Western point about to seize as well there. Comes going to fire from the Tiger tank. Machine gun taking nasty. T-34 gaining veterancy too. Field gun could try and move a bit further. Machine gun there. Push back. Western point being claimed. Stuk almost good to go there for NosMarkov. 3 points left. That's 135. Tiger tank setting up. 1 kill. Season Eastern Fuel of holding it up there. Might want to dig in the Sams. There go T-4 being flanked here. Direct hit. Direct hit. He's going to hoorah there and try and hit with an anti-tank grenade. Anti-tank conscripts are nowhere near to be seen. They're further behind lines. Stuk here going for it. The Ace Stuk almost got the T-54 and 6 and we blow that to Pineapple. There we go. Stuk secures the kill. Phil and they get in there. Go anti-tank conscript going for it. Oh! That was a close one there. There we go. Stuk quickly crashes through what once used to be a nice set of heteros. 123 versus 3. T-54 moving out. Contemplate taking a devastating hit from the Tiger tank. Ace Pentagon is moving ahead. He under fire from the T-34 and 6. Field gun could of course also make things further miserable with a well-timed barrage and well aimed. Mortar there with 4 kills, 53. Tiger tank there less than half health. Panther getting snapped at the T-34 and 6. Yeah, go field with the bombardment. He's getting killed up flank and fire. Actually disrupting the field gun barrage there. Clearing out the gun entirely. A significant blow there. 2 pineapples. Center 1 being claimed. Guy support calling the Stuk there. Main gun out on the T-34 and 6. The Stuk can now just deal with it at ease. Conscript charging, getting suppressed here. Oh! Succubliat! This may just be the ending of a pineapple and otherwise valiant fight. Stuk needs to get out of there. Don't lose to Stuk. Not at the cusp of victory. Tiger tank charging forward. Takes a hit there. Stuk not repositioning. Field gun about to get cleared out. Stuk survives. Stuk survives. Comes being suppressed here. We got 3 points left. Need to get the Stuk out of there though. Maxim continues to hose away there. Panzer is advancing. Tiger tank almost knocked out here by the anti-tank rifles. Panzer going to be charging in there into the midst. Maxim hammering away there. Could use some sustained fire here. Tiger tank down. Stuk lives though. Molotov on the Panzer. They don't kill. They just execute every conscript. They don't need to interrogate. They just need to exterminate. Field gun barrage on the Grenadiers. 26 kills. Conscript being shattered there. Mortar 8 kills. Conscript wiped out. 2 points left. 1 point left, and with this, it is GG. Game over. An absolutely spectacular match here on Langraskaya between NosMarkov and Pineapple with some great infantry on both sides, some nice use of doctrine on both sides. I feel like Pineapple mistake those just at times he could have gone for fuel cache and showed himself more armor in the long run, and there was certainly also a lack of flanking from both sides at times. I would say an exciting match here. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.